Hello and welcome at the Waterfalls and Waterfalls School. My name is Marcus, I'm the founder. And here in the background you can see a indoor waterfall developer superhero which was just generated today by artificial intelligence when I was asking for it. And I did this because today I want to talk about 4 problems that you as an indoor waterfall developer or as a future DIY indoor waterfall builder need to take care of. And these today is about water treatment. So what are the main problems and how do you solve it? So number 1 is calcification. So it's important that you use calcium-free, lime-free water so that you don't get lime scale on your indoor waterfall. And in order to explain this, I have I have combined these 4 rules about water treatment into the CAPE rule. It's like a cape of a superhero. So, and the 4 letters, they stand for each of the topics you as a superhero need to take care of if you want to keep your indoor waterfall nice and clean and safe. And number 1 is calcification, as I've just said. So in order to avoid lime scale, you need to use decalcified water. There are several ways, and one I prefer to use is to use reverse osmosis water. So this is how you solve that problem. The next problem is algae and germs. I've combined this into one topic because if you fight algae, you also fight germs. And in order to avoid algae and germs, I recommend to use a water additive. There are several water additives out there. Important is that the water additive does not interrupt or destabilize your water film. Happened to me, it was really frustrating because I've had set up all the indoor waterfall, and the last step was I took a new water additive, I poured it into the circulation, and what happened was that all the waves were gone. So there are like 2 extremes. The one is you have a super attachment to the surface and you don't see any waves anymore. And the other is it's repelling and the water doesn't stay as a film and it goes like a V. So you need to find an additive that doesn't change the natural state of the water regarding its surface attachment. So that's what A stands for, how to take care of algae and germs. You need to use a water additive. By the way, UV light doesn't really work because it only kills the algae and germs that pass the light, but it does not avoid algae and germs on the surface of your system, inside your hoses, etc., etc. So that's why actually at the end you need a additive. Then P stands for pollution, because your indoor waterfall is an air washer and all the hovering particles in the air and also microdust, but anything else that is hovering will be removed by your waterfall, which means that it is getting more and more dirty after a while, and you need to filter that. There are several ways to filter this. I've tried a couple of them, and one important thing is that if you have a filter and it is clogged, and if that filter is connected to your main circulation, then that might influence the amount of water which goes to your waterfall, and you don't want that water to be changed. So you need to have a filter system in place that, if your filter is clogged, does not change the volume of water, because otherwise you're going to get problems if there's not enough or too much water on your waterfall. And the last one stands for E, for evaporation, which means water is permanently evaporating inside your waterfall, then the water level is sinking. If it's too much sinking, your pump is going to suck air, it's going to get loud, and then after a short while it's going to break because it's overheated. So you want to avoid that. Means that on the one hand you need to refill it, you can refill it manually on a regular base. If you do so, I recommend that you use a level control, that if you forget to refill it and the water level gets too low, the pump will turn off itself automatically. And the other way, of course, which most of my customers choose, is an automated refilling system, which means there is a swimming valve inside your system and the water level is permanently kept at the same height. Very important is that if you do so, that you have some safety measurements. So if your swimming valve fails, because then you would have non-stop refilling and your system would create a water damage. So you have to have like what I call a security overflow, which means if your swimming valve fails for some reason, and it can happen, then the water wouldn't exit on the floor, it would be redirected safely to the drain. So this is what you need to know if you want to become an indoor waterfall superhero. I really have fun doing this. And by the way, if you want to become an indoor waterfall developer, I would be very happy to talk with you. Maybe we can become business partners and you can help people in your country, in your city, to get safe and beautiful indoor waterfalls. Thank you.